I've convinced my friend to sell his beloved X100V for Sony A7C. Is this crazy or what? Let's talk about this in this video now. Hi there and welcome to my channel. My name is Tudor Matescu and on my channel I like to talk about photography gear, photography tips and tricks. So if you are liking content like this, please be sure to subscribe now to my channel, because I will post more content like this, real world reviews and my advices from my experience in using the cameras. So let's get to the subject. I convinced my friend to sell his X100V, but before convincing him to sell his X100V, I've told him that this was my intention. I never wanted to convince him to sell his X100V. It was just my idea, because talking here on my YouTube channel and looking at X100V prices, I've thought to myself, wow, I can sell my beloved X100V, and I wanted to sell my beloved X100V for some time. Check link in the card here. And with that money I can buy the Swiss Army knife camera Sony A7C. But I had a problem regarding the tilting screen. Is the Sony A7C screen good for photography or not? I've made a review on my first impression in using Sony A7C on the streets. Check link in the card here. So my friend sold his X100V and bought Sony A7C. And after that I've asked him, do you regret selling X100V for Sony A7C? And he said a little. And I've asked him, what do you feel it's missing from Sony A7C? What do you feel that you lose when you sold your X100V? He feels that he lose the coolness factor, the Mojoness factor. So yes, he feels that Sony A7C, even if it is a very capable camera, it doesn't have that mojo, it doesn't have that cool looking factor, that fashionable factor. So he is missing that. Also he is missing the optical viewfinder and the electronic viewfinder that this camera is having. Also is missing the tilting screen, but how I've talked in that video, you will get used with the non-tilting screen of Sony A7C, because you have a very good angle of view to the screen when it is closed. Also he is missing the colors. He really loved the Fujifilm colors, but he also edits JPEG and RAW files on the computer and on the phone. So in the end he decided that he can bypass this. Also what he is missing is the fact that Sony A7C doesn't have so much controls on the JPEG settings of a file. So he really missing the fact that yes, on a Fujifilm we all know that we can make these Fujifilm recipes and enter some Fujifilm recipes and obtain great results. By the way, see my nostalgic sepia recipe here or my cinematic vibes recipe here. The next question was what you didn't like at Fujifilm X100V. Because again, we all know there is no perfect camera. And he said that he didn't like the IQ of the Fujifilm RAW files. So he wanted that full frame IQ, that full frame byte. And this was important for him. Also, he didn't like the fact that he didn't have a grip. Yes, you can add a grip, but the Sony A7C grip, it is incorporated and it's a very good and small grip. It's very well made. So he really loves the Sony A7C grip. It's a huge point here. And also he didn't like the fact that Fujifilm X100V wasn't full water resistant. So when he added the filter and the UV protective filter, X100V wasn't so compact. It was as Sony A7C without the grip. And yes, this is true. This is what I don't like too about X100V. When you add that protective filter, you'll make this lens bigger and you'll lose the compactness. Check my video with what I don't like about X100V, link in the card here. Also, he didn't like the fact that X100V was getting hot, very hot when you were filming 4K videos. So the camera was closing after 10-15 minutes, and after that you couldn't record again because the camera was very heated. So yes, this is a problem. You can't record for a long time 4K videos with this camera. This is a camera that you can use just for small videos. And also he didn't like the fact that X100V, it's not an interchangeable camera, but an option to X100V, it is XE4. So if you want an interchangeable camera, smaller and lighter than X100V, then my advice is go with XE4. Beautiful camera with a tilting screen. I have many more things to say about XE4. So I truly recommend XE4, even if XE4 is not perfect, but I think it's the best compromise if you want an X100V with interchangeable lenses. And my next question was, now what do you like about Sony A7C? And he said, I like the image quality, the IQ of a full frame camera in a small body. So he loves the IQ, he loves the grip, he loves the colors that you can get when you are editing the files. And yes, I do feel that the color science of Sony A7C, it is better than Sony A7C and Sony A7RC. So better colors on Sony A7C, I really do feel that too. Also, he loves the button layouts, and yes, I must add that too. I really love the buttons. They are good, they are clickable, the buttons are well laid out on the camera. Very good buttons, on Sony A7C. Even if you don't have so many buttons, the buttons are good, are usable. The camera is giving you the mojo to use it. So Sony did a very good first version of Sony A7C. Another thing that he loves about Sony A7C, it is the fact that now he gained access to a small, very good camera that can be used in travel photography, in street photography, but also in wedding and event photography. This is what he wants to do, and he wanted a small camera that is capable for all these photography styles. So yes, a true point here regarding Sony A7C. Another thing that he feels, and I must agree with that, is the fact that he feels that he gained a very good AF, so he has the trust that it's not missing the shots, and it's true. I've tested how I've set my Samyang lenses on Sony A7C and Sony lenses, and I need to test the Tamron zoom, but the AF, it is good, it is better than Sony A7 III. So huge point here, huge point, because yes, when I'm using a Fujifilm camera, it's really bothering me when I miss a shot, even if that shot is not the wow greatest shot ever, but I don't like to miss focus. And to get around the colors, he's using the clear profile in JPEG that I love too. The clear profile, it's a profile that it's reassembling a little the color chrome profile when you are taking the contrast down and the color down and bumping up the sharpness. So it's a good profile for a documentary style, but you'll gain access to the raw files, and with the raw files you can apply the cobalt profiles, that from my point of view are the best profiles out there, and you can get any color on a Sony camera. So in conclusion, he regrets a little X100V, but yes, he is feeling that he gained a lot more with Sony A7C, and I must agree with that, and what I feel that the most important thing that you are losing when you are selling your X100V, it is the compactness form of a very capable camera. So this is why I don't want personally to sell my X100V, because it is a compact camera on steroids. Thank you for watching this video. Please support my work, support my channel. If you want to buy Sony A7C or another Fujifilm camera, please use my affiliate links from the description, it really helps. Please also subscribe to my channel. If you aren't subscribed, give it a like, give it a share, and also if you want, you can become a sponsor to my channel. Check all these goodies down below this video, and thank you for watching. Leave me a comment and talk to you soon. Bye bye.